Hello, I am FerrousPilot, and today we're going to be playing some more Pillars of Eternity, and we have to deal with this guy, Thaos. Right now, we got an apparition just before we're entering Hadrit House, where Lady Webb wants to talk to us, and a bunch of stuff is happening, so let's just get on with it. It's all going crazy ever since this guy, I think, actually effed around in the sanitarium. As you near the apparition, you are overcome suddenly by a powerful anxiety that sits like a stone in your stomach. The feeling is not quite real, the recollection of an emotion rather than the emotion itself. It wrenches your insides. Nevertheless, the apparition's brow is tensed, a look of concern plain across its face.
The other missionaries say you have been neglectful of your duties.
They lie.
They speak out of concern for you. Now tell me, is there something to their concerns?
Pain in your stomach deepens and you feel for a moment as though you are about to be sick. Your mouth has gone dry. Forgive me, Evidence. I wish to leave the order. Holds his fingers and presses them to his mouth, thoughtful.
You have been an apt student, and your convictions have inspired those around you. May I ask what has changed to make you feel this way?
The people we were intended to convert, they committed unspeakable acts, sacrifices, mutilations. My family has not taken to my faith well. They no longer speak to me. I've done something unforgivable. We were attacked on my last mission. Let's say I've done something unforgivable. The apparition exhales slowly, blah, blah, blah.
I see. And you would cast yourself out, is that it?
What I have done, no god would have me now.
If you believe that, then I have failed you as a teacher. There are many gods so that all people are looked after, no matter who they are or what they've done.
Well, that's just as good of a reason for me to GTFO, isn't it?
The only ones who need fear anything are those who abandon their gods, thinking all is lost. But for those who beg help and forgiveness, the gods always provide.
Only for the deserving.
I will tell you the truth. There may be some among the gods who would see you punished. But after punishment comes absolution, redemption. Whatever stain there is upon your soul, the gods can wash it clean. But you must dedicate yourself to them in return. That is what makes one deserving. Will you return the faith they put in you?
I have no idea what the heck is going on right now. The knot in your stomach seems to loosen all at once, and the anxiety is replaced with something else entirely, something warm and soothing and something you know you can never repay. As the vision fades, you start to become cognizant of the many odd looks aimed in your direction. Your last response echoes in your mind. I will something or other. Okay, I'm guessing that's like our past, and we used to be a member of the Leaden Key. That's like my only guess. So, when I say I'm guessing, right, I am literally guessing. That's pure speculation, because I don't know what's going to happen, because I haven't played through this game before. Anyways, let's go and talk to Lady Webb, which is what we were going to do here. Where the heck is Lady Webb, though? I really wish they had like a receptionist or something. I think it's just upstairs. Like, she has to be upstairs, right? And the fact that there's loading screens, like, for every floor, that's a little bit excessive. Come on, guys. Get this shit on point, you know? I'm being so demanding. Lady Webb will see you now. Yeah, she will. Oh man, she looks super old. Does she have cool stuff to loot? Because if she does, she's probably going to kill me though, so no. This woman clutches a stack of parchment with spindly, wrinkled fingers, their flesh stretched thin to near translucence with extreme age, a gossamer veil over pale blue veins, ink splotches and candle burns and the scars of innumerable slices from the edges of scrolls dot and stripe her hands like quilt patterned after some great indescribable truth. What a fantastic metaphor. Fantasy writer. She does not look up from her reading. I like the contrast between this sentence and this one.
So, the messenger conveyed my summons. A miracle that would make the reincarnation of Aothis look like a child's cantrip, surely. It doesn't draw the most inspired minds, messaging. They failed me so many times of late, I nearly sent a Cipher after you instead. So this is the Watcher who took over Cad Noir. Oh, don't look so surprised. It isn't an attractive expression. I wouldn't be where I am for long if I let details like that escape me.
So, is she some kind of, like, Cipher supremacist? This is exactly what I would picture Aloth's mother to be like. Yeah, remember Aloth, guys? Remember Aloth?
And this fiasco in the sanitarium that you seem to have gotten yourself into the middle of. What in blazes possessed you to stir that nest of trouble?
I'm investing a strange group.
Strange does not begin to describe them. The practices of the Leaden Key defy all reason.
What do you mean?
You're not the only one with an interest in their recent activities. I've lost 4 Ciphers this year alone trying to get someone inside their ranks.
Well, I'm also a Cipher.
As it is, we only have our suspicions about who is in the group and what they intend, which I suppose means we have much in common with them. I asked you here because I wanted to know what your interest was in all of this. I thought perhaps we might help each other. Why are you looking for the Leaden Key?
I was hired to investigate them. I don't see the need to lie here. I ran across a man in one of the ruins. It is important that I find him again. One of their members caused me... I'm not sure why I'm interested. Weren't they trying to kill me? It's been a while, okay, guys? I guess I ran across a man in one of the ruins. It is important that I find him again. She closes her eyes and the lids flicker. Then her face goes still, and her mouth parts, little more than a sliver, and her hand briefly drops down, spilling some of her parchment on the ground, the pages wafting around her legs like the leaves of a dying tree. Her fleshy eyelids peel back, and her gaze is immediately upon you.
The gods are cruel, I'm afraid. The man you seek is Theos Ix Arcanon, Grand Master of the Leaden Key. One of the most elusive and dangerous men Aora has ever known.
What's Aora? I'm guessing that's the world of Pillars of Eternity? How do you know I seek Theos?
Because you have seen his face, and that makes it a simple matter for me to see it. You even happened to catch him in his ceremonial garb, it seems. Must have been a special occasion.
But I'm a Cipher too, don't I get some kind of like special protection from other Ciphers? That doesn't seem very fair. Well, can you tell me about Theos?
More than most, though very few would know so much as his name. And there is no way of knowing how much of what I've read is true. The Leaden Key dates back more than 2,000 years. If rumors are to be believed, Theos was the one who created it.
Damn, dude be old.
What scraps of evidence exist suggest that he has died many times, only to be reborn each time exactly the same man. Awakened during adolescence with all the knowledge and experience of all his lifetimes. The plots he orchestrates sometimes take hundreds of years to bear fruit. Needless to say, this is not the natural order of things. But he is said to be one of Woodica's favored, and that old bat was never one to let rules get in the way of favoritism.
Okay, and now she's just being blasphemous towards Woodica?
That may also explain another supposed gift of his. His body is no boundary to his soul.
Yeah, I noticed.
He is known to take possession of others, if their souls are weak enough. Often it is for elaborate deceptions, but sometimes he simply forces them to kill themselves. He is not known for his generous supply of pity.
Yeah, I would imagine not for the final antagonist of the game.
He is also not one to show himself in any but their most critical matters. If he has directly involved himself in whatever the group plots now, it may be your only chance to find him. And once you do find him, if you can find him, I would not hold my hopes too high if I were you. He is a driven, single-minded man. He will not have the slightest concern for your problems.
How do you know so much about
The
Theos?
same way I come by all my knowledge. Exhaustive research, spying, bribery, perhaps some less savory measures. Whatever the knowledge demands, I pay in full. There is nothing of greater value. Unfortunately, with Theos, there is also nothing more scarce. He has covered his tracks far too well. His manipulations of the course of history are lost to time now, though I believe they were many.
What else is there to know about the Leaden Key?
Precious little, I'm afraid. You may know much of it already. No one member knows the identity of more than a handful of other members. They are kept in the dark of missions they are not involved in, or sometimes of those they are involved in. They exist to hide secrets they themselves don't know, if you can imagine how gullible someone must be for that to appeal. Despite that, they are very good at what they do, owing much to their founder, who will take matters into his own hands when necessary. And he does not fail.
Yeah, Theos, we already talked about him. What do you want from me?
Keep me informed. The Leaden Key has been busy lately,
Yeah,
and that is distressing news. I can only guess as to what they intend. You seem to have a knack for turning the stones they've crawled beneath. Keep turning them. Dunryd Row will not stop you.
Am I supposed to be impressed by that?
Whatever it is they're up to, figuring it out will be of great use to both of us. In your case, it will surely point you to Theos. In return, I will share our knowledge with you as we learn it, and provide you with what assistance I can.
Okay.
If you find your trail has run cold, come to me with whatever you have. There is much I may be able to do for you.
I have no reason to be like, what if I refuse, blah, blah, blah. There is something I can tell you about Leaden Key's operations.
Well, let's hear it.
I found Theos in Brackenberry Sanitarium, impersonating a patient. He was trying to damage the public opinion of animancy.
Forgive me. It is unlike Theos to leave witnesses. He must be furious. He did not aid you as you'd hoped, I take it? Well, take heart. With any luck, when he has finished his business, he will surely come and find you again, if only to kill you while you sleep.
Very reassuring.
This news of yours makes sense, of course. To dabble in animancy is to puzzle over the secrets of the gods. This would not be the Leaden Key's first action against it. But if this is connected to their other activities, we may be in for something on a much larger scale. If we can learn more about their goals and methods, perhaps we can get the palace behind us. With Avar's support, we may be able to put a stop to this.
Who's Avar? I don't know who Avar is, but that's all. I have other questions.
Yes?
Are you psychic? Is there a Lord Webb?
There was. He believed in dying with dignity. He was old-fashioned that way, my husband. We saw the world very differently, he and I. But he was good to me while he lasted.
I can't believe they had her voice act this, like, miscellaneous information section. I guess I will ask about them if they're all voice acted.
All the things there are to know in this world, and you ask me about work. Deerwood is a rebel country. Conflict is in its blood. If you think a few guards posted in our cities keep chaos at bay, you are very new to town indeed. We are Deerwood's Cipher investigators, of course. But what we really are is its last barrier against anarchy. People are more at ease when they believe they are watched over by someone more enlightened than they are. It pacifies them. So that is the image we foster. And we do try to be enlightened for their sake. The knowledge we gather here is Deerwood's standing army in many ways. We learn what's vital and we act on it while Deerwood sleeps, blissfully unaware of the terrifying truths all around them. I wish I could tell people the things I know sometimes. But the truth is, I don't think many of them could bear it.
I guess she's trying to avoid some kind of tragedy of the commons situation where everybody starts freaking out and looking out for only their own self-interest. Oh well, it's a noble goal, but you know, you sometimes have to treat people as if they are people who can make their own decisions. How did you come up to be here?
Me? I started this place. in a different time, under a different duke. I impressed the duke with my research and my work ethic, and he became possessed of the notion that I would be ideal to lead a secret network of gifted investigators. I don't know how such an idea got into his head.
How old are you? You wicked man, where are your manners? Were you raised without a shred of decency?
I lost count ages ago. Such a strange thing to celebrate, getting closer to death. Oh, I've had my share of work done to prolong my existence, if that's what you're wondering. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not done here. There are things I still wish to learn. And I'll be the effigy if I let Bereth carry me off before I'm through.
Yeah, I totally know what effigy and Bereth you're talking about. Totally, I know those guys.
There was a time when I considered enlisting the theorems of Pondgrum to extend my life indefinitely. I found the thought of devouring my political enemies to sustain my own life greatly appealing. I must have gone soft with age.
Are you psychic?
If you are hoping I can look at your hand and tell you whom you should marry, you can just wipe that notion from your mind. I do not know what will happen tomorrow. That is what I pay spies for. Being a Cipher is not unlike being a watcher. You notice more about what is already there.
I am a Cipher. You know, this is a great opportunity for some class-specific dialogue lines, Obsidian. I'm just saying. I'm not saying I'm a better game designer than you, Obsidian. I'm just saying, like, I'm a Cipher. I should have something to say about Ciphers.
Many can hold an object and know where it's been, or peer into the thoughts of people around them. They can also sometimes affect those thoughts, but that would be unethical, of course. A tiny, talented few pick up so much about the world around them, they can get images of things to come, but these are fleeting and unreliable.
You said you don't know what will happen tomorrow.
Who said I was talented? I don't. Least not that I can trust. And with me, it's only ever about one thing anyway.
What's that?
A quiet day at home.
I'm gonna
Try
leave
your
now.
best not to die out there.
Bye. Alright, so where were we? We were going back to, Heritage Hill. For some reason I felt like saying Harvest Hill, but that's not correct. Heritage Hill is where we're headed back to. And we have to go and climb the tower? Not climb the tower, find the entrance to the tower, because that is one of the clues that we got from the Leaden Keys operations over in the catacombs beneath the Temple of Wodika. So we're going to head there now. If this loading screen ever ends, I don't know why the loading screens in this game are so redonkulous, but they are, so let's go.
I always assumed Blondfathens preferred traditional weaponry. Yet you seem uneasy with the bow.
Oh, I was a great shot when I had two eyes. I'm much worse now. It's hard for me to judge distances.
Well, you have the luxury of being able to catch dinner without the need of a bow.
Exactly. Why aren't more women complimenting me on that?
It's because you can transform into a lion, by the way. Is it a lion, or I forgot what he can transform into? Something or other. He can transform into a predatory creature, which allows him to catch dinner without a bow, is what they're talking about. I don't know if I explained that far too much, but that's okay. Let's go up here. We have to go into the tower. Where is the tower? Let's just check. This is probably the tower. I mean, yeah, it says tower. So, probably we should go to Ekantha's house. For some reason, I feel like Ekantha is the key to knowing how to get into that tower. That seems like a very stupid thing to feel, but it's what I feel, so I'm gonna do it. Because, I mean, she seems like one of those people who, like, is totally okay even if you foil her plans. She's just like, whatever, I'm just gonna have to gather those guys up again. It's gonna be no problems. So, let's go and talk to her.
You return. What
I saw you in a vision. There's something I need you to do for me.
Believe me, I've heard that line before.
It's not sexual in nature at all, lady.
It's rude to stare, you know. Don't worry. I've no mind to start anything with you. After all, I've stayed in such good shape by choosing my meals carefully.
What?
A survivor, by the grace of my own careful preparations. When I heard...
Okay. I guess she's just like, no. But that's her way of saying no. We're not allowed to bargain with her any further. That's a little bit strange to me. But that's okay. We'll go and check out the base of the tower, and then we'll probably find a clue, and then she'll be like, okay, fine, I'll help you now. Jesus Christ, you're such a goofus. That's usually what happens in video games anyways, so we just have to get the right order of operations on this sort of stuff. And it should be just fine. Just peachy. It's not like this is a puzzle, I don't think. But it's nice, you know, investigating stuff. I like that aspect of the gameplay. Let's just make sure everything is visible here. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, let's open the door. Speak the word you learned from the Leaden Key Acolyte. Did I learn anything from them? Okay, button tumblers as the door unlocks. Cool. Hey, we're going into the tower. That seems pretty exciting. The tower. It's a tower climbing game. You know, there's two kinds of dungeons. There's the dungeons that go underground, and then there's the dungeons that go up the towers. Undying Heritage, go to the Heritage Hill Tower, get to the top of the tower. I like climbing towers, I'm not gonna lie. Severed Hand in Icewind Dale. Really enjoyed that. Kevin Durant's Do a Thing. DingleBingle. Yeah, you might as well do a thing. Just do mental binding. Look, I know mental binding is a little bit redonkulous, but it's so awesome that everyone should do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's just all focus on the Gargoyle. Yeah, that's pretty easy. Is that a skeleton wizard? That's pretty crazy. Anyways, why don't you go like this, and why don't everybody focus down the skeleton wizard? Because I feel like the wizard is probably the scariest unit. But that's okay, we're done. I mean, he did attack DingleBingle, which I'm not too happy about, but that's okay. Grab some loot, and we should probably examine the stable at some point. Which, oh, there's notes. Trindig's letter. Dearest mother and father, you will be released to hear that I learned much since coming to the city. There are many incredible ruins nearby, and Master Greg has allowed me to accompany him on a number of expeditions. I am writing you from inside an ancient Gwithan tower. There's an entire district built up around it, but locals have mostly left the tower untouched. They have let us set up temporary living quarters here so our work can continue uninterrupted. It is an unsettling place at times, but Master Greg has been a constant comfort, and he is quick to remind me the things that we learned from this tower may one day help us find a cure for Waylwin's legacy. I better get some rest now. Mr. Greg likes to get an early start to the day. All my love, Trindig. Okay, that's just some, anonymous information. But maybe this crumpled page from Oldham's journal will help us. Day 7, a week of study, and we're still none the wiser about this device. Trindig remains optimistic. I don't know what I'd do without his spirit. Okie dokie. We'll just put those away for future reference in case we need to use the device ourselves or something. That's a pretty nice looking bed. Smells of old straw, but whoever slept here at last made it neatly. And I am sneaking around a little bit, that's just, you gotta take the necessary precautions. I guess we'll go up here first since we're already up here. And we'll do something like this. Okay, they saw me, but that's okay. We'll just attack the skeletal rogue. And with the rest of our units, I think we're actually going to attack the wizard. Just to do that. And then now we're just going to focus on this guy. So we took out the wizard before he was able to do much. And the rest of the guys, I think we should be able to handle them without much of an issue. Kevin Durant, just do a buff if you can. If not, it's okay too. And take him down. Nicely done. We just got to finish this one more guy. Come on, folks. I know you can do it. Excellent job. Of course. All right. Done. Is this trapped? No. Okay, take it and take it. Take this. Take all of it. I don't know what I'm going to do with all this loot, but I have infinite storage, so I might as well take it, is my thinking. Anyways, let's go down here, get into proper order. And there are no wizards for us to attack, so just attack this ranger. Nicely done. Everybody, I guess they're going to attack just fine. Why don't you come up here, DingleBingle? Use a little bit of spells. You don't really need to, but you might as well. Did 12 damage. That was okay. And then one pistol shot, I guess, finished the job there. Take this. We should probably read this note as well. Day 2, we've completed our measurements of the machine. Thanks to Trindig's youthful agility, further examination is required to discover its intended use. Is this anything important? No, that's just a book. And Potion of Iron Skin. That's pretty good. Potion of Iron Skin. Oh, it's DR. Dang it. Well, it's not so bad. Potion of Power is really good. That seems nice. Anyways, let's take all this stuff. We probably didn't need to take Wadewind's Legacy, but that's okay. Or not Wadewind's Legacy, but Saint Wadewind? Farmer become god? Wasn't it Gallowayne that was the farmer god? Look, I'm not 100% sure, but that's okay. I'm not here to do Pillars of Eternity lore with you guys, right? I'm here to play the game. So let's get started with that. Revenants, and yeah, I guess we'll just kill the Revenant. Let's go. And the ghouls as well. Okay, Sagani, probably you should switch over to this for now. Yeah, I thought they were going to attack her, so it's probably a good choice. Kevin Durant, give us a little bit of buff in action here. And DingleBingle, why don't you toss out, not an Eye Strike, not a Whisper of Treason, but rather a Mental Binding, because that spell is OP as fuck, and you know you gotta use it. It's not working. What do you mean it's not working? It's working pretty well, according to me. Alright, everybody, focus down this Dark Wall. If once you get a chance, nicely done, nicely done. Why don't we have Kana come up here, use a little bit of nonsense on these guys. Some breakthrough. I don't know how useful that was, but we did it, so that was pretty cool. Let's open up this bookshelf, take some gold, and loot these guys' corpses. Now, I suppose I could read some of these things. Scroll contains a pen and ink diagram of the audio device, blah, blah, blah. I don't really care. Let's take a look at this thing. We'll take it. I don't know what the heck is going on with this device, but that's okay. Is the device just supposed to make people into ghouls and stuff? Because if so, that's not a great device. At least not in my opinion. I like how before our melee units could even get there, our ranged units just killed all the enemies. Let's read this journal page from Aldham's journal. Day 11. Finally got out of the tower to clear our heads. Beasts take the patrons. We'll finish the study on our own terms, on our own time. Just as I said much to Trindig, the sky came to life with stray lightning. I'd say it's a good amend, but the poor lad spooked. If only cure for that's a good night's sleep. Okay. Let's go. Note to self, do not go to sleep in this tower. I feel like that's a not fantastic idea. Let's attack the Revenants, though. That is a fantastic idea. Attack them before they can attack you. Always a decent choice. And one more volley should do it, and it did.
I shall.
Great work. And there's one more Dark Ghoul, and again, I think we're just going to handle him as we've handled pretty much everybody else, which is shoot him with a giant volley of attacks. Here. Sagani, why are you tanking right now? You should not be doing that. But that's okay. Just kill this one guy off, and then switch over back to your regular weapons as soon as possible. Nicely done. And we'll even loot his corpse and check out this for another journal page, which we can read. Day 10. Patrons grow impatient with the lack of quantifiable results. They should drag themselves out of their mansions and spend a few nights here if they think it's so easy. I see you're getting frustrated. It's a sign. That's the first sign that you're going crazy. Anyways, let's read this. Ooh, Orlin Bramble Ring. Minor Spellbind Arcane Dampener. I don't know what that does. What is Arcane Dampener? Doesn't seem that great. Anyways, let's read the letter from Ekantha. Oh, okay, now we can talk to Ekantha probably because we got the letter. Aldhelm, I did indeed receive your recent summons, as well as the two that came before it. I've been waiting for you to present yourself on my doorstep so that I could give you my answer in person. A firm and unwavering no. I wouldn't help you. I won't help you. In fact, I relish the idea of you and your team of glorified engineers sitting in that tower, sweating over the ruins I've studied for years. Nothing gives me a greater pleasure than knowing that my research, which you've long disparaged, is the missing piece in your mundane little puzzle. As you well know, it's knowledge I've always valued. I'm just around the corner. I encourage you to find me should you wish to rehash this conversation in person. Yours truly, Ekantha. So we can probably talk to Ekantha. I'm going to put this ring on, not in our stash. I'm going to put this ring in Ader's inventory, and I'm going to take this in our stash. And I am going to explore this final area, little tidbit over here. Those are stairs, not a final area. But I do also want to check out this ring just before we end the episode to see who we can equip this on, whoever has a free space. Durant, well, Durant has a pretty, ready thing. He already does one thing, although it's +1 intellect. So if somebody else, I don't know if Durant has +1 intellect already. It doesn't seem like he does, so might as well give it to him. I don't know how useful intellect is for priests, but it might as well. Probably pretty decent. And we can probably check out what Arcane Dampener does. Okay, it just stops the beneficial, it just debuffs, or stops them from buffing themselves. But in any case, we're going to do that stuff next time. But for now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.